Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to give you some tips and tricks you can use right away in Season 9 to start winning more of your solo queue games. I really put some thought into some of these tips, so hopefully you haven't heard them before. I know when I was climbing, I found these types of videos really useful. I'm hoping this will help more of you reach your Season 9 ranked goals. Without further ado, let's get you some ELO. Alright, tip number 1, getting those early turret platings. So my first tip is on the importance of those turret plates. These little guys are actually crazy for the amount of gold they can give you. Getting these can be the difference between getting that name brand item or getting some cheap Walmart knockoff. One thing I'm always trying to do is to roam to another lane to make sure I can get those plates. For instance, if you're a mid main, it's a good idea to roam bot, and if the gank is successful, don't just leave. Instead, stay bot and try to get some of those turret plates for your team. Furthermore, if your lane opponent roams, don't be afraid to shove in your wave, denying him CS and gold. Often, if your opponent roams for too long, you can get more gold and EXP and outlevel him. To illustrate this point, let's consider this scenario. Your opponent roams to the bot lane. He gets 1 kill. Whereas you shove into his tower, get 3 turret plates, netting yourself 480 gold, and you get 2 waves of CS and gold and experience, which will be about 150 gold each wave. You are netting 780 gold and 2 waves of experience, whereas he only gets 300 gold and is down a level on you. You can use this gold to buy some pretty fancy things of your opponent. This leads right into my next point, tip number 2, lane control. I think learning how to properly freeze is so important. If you can do this, you can deny your opponent a huge amount of CS, experience, and gold. If you are able to do this properly, you'll also be able to avoid ganks. You can break the freeze when your opponent goes to roam to punish him and make him lose XP and gold. Furthermore, this leads into the next point about setting up a slow push in the side lane. No, I'm not talking about that Draven that slow pushes in the side lane and keeps inting just over and over again. Please, no, anything but him. No, please. I'm talking about setting up a wave that will gradually push up and apply pressure on the map. You can use this to help your team contest objectives while punishing your opponent. Consider this scenario. We have a slow push set up in the bot lane, and we want to contest Baron. We can simply pressure Baron, and then basically from here, it's all about the mind games. People are going to think you are a League of Legends psychopath of how sadistic you are after you use this tip. Basically, they'll start suffering mentally. They'll be like, oh no, if I don't go bot lane, I lose all this gold, CS, and experience. But if I do go bot, they'll get Baron. It puts them in a mental trauma. This is precisely what I mean by using a slow push to create pressure. By having this slow push, it serves as a mechanism to take tiny victories. We can merely stand by Baron, and by doing absolutely nothing at all, the enemy will lose gold, CS, and XP. We are so evil. And if they do send someone bot, you can start Baron, and then when the enemy team goes to contest the objective, you can turn on them and fight a 4 versus 5. Just keep in mind if the person who goes bot lane has teleport or not. Always keep their summoners in mind, or it could turn more southern than my win rate on Jinx. Oh no, please, the nightmares, they won't stop. Ah! Okay, now on to tip number 3. I know I was trying to change things up here, but I just had to mention this one. It's about CSing well. If you can CS well, you'll win way more of your games. It just comes down to statistics and numbers. You'll have more gold, therefore you'll be able to get more powerful items and win more games. I have so many people who ask me why they're losing games, and then I just look at their op.gg and I see they're averaging 5 CS per minute. Oh no, that's not good at all. What you want to do is work on this every game. Set your end goal as 10 CS per minute. If you don't get it, it's alright. Just try to always aim for 10 CS per minute, and then you'll notice that you're going to start getting higher CS values. When you go to chase that person, keep in mind, am I giving up 25 CS to go chase him? It's probably not worth it then. Alright, this next tip is about tracking the enemy jungler. Tip number 4. Something I see not enough people doing is tracking the enemy jungler. You can use this to avoid almost any gank. As a general rule, keep track of where the enemy jungler starts, and then where your jungler starts, and use your jungler's progress to reflect where the enemy jungler is. Also make sure every time you see the jungler show up on the map, you're thinking where he could go next. Next thing you know, every time that jungler comes to gank you, he'll be getting so angry. He'll be like, holy Elo, how does this guy always know? He has to be hacking or something. How does he always know? And while we're on the subject of hacking, that leads right into my next tip. It's buying control wards. Tip number 5. You're literally paying 75 gold to purchase wall hacks. Make sure you are buying these. To use this effectively, what you want to do is always be shuffling your pink wards. If you start getting a lead, even if your pink ward is still down, start moving them into the enemy's jungle to punish them more and deny their vision. This is a huge part of being oppressive and showing no remorse at all. You can't afford to lose any free games in a meta where your teammates are running it down mid is a regular occurrence. I'm talking about Uzillion, who buys Mobyboot's first item and just keeps running it down mid over and over again to give the enemy free kills. Seriously, don't give up your free games, keep pressuring your enemy more and more. I'm hoping you guys found this guide useful, and it'll stop you from thinking that a perfect League of Legends clone is those online coin flip simulators you can find on Google. If you're new here, please subscribe for more great League of Legends content so you do not miss any of it, and don't forget to like the video and comment your tips for solo queue below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, you are null and void. If you liked the video and want to see more great content, here are some other videos I think you may like.